Good day, cunts, and welcome to another fisted, full-packed episode of Awkward Silence. We are very fucking happy to be here with you all today. We got free agency around the corner, people being resigned, people's tagged, combine shit's happening. Mediocre quarterbacks are asking for astronomical amounts of money, and all that in between. And here we are going to talk about it all on episode number 32 of Awkward Silence. I, of course, am the goat of Jags YouTube, the tribal chief of Awkward Silence, shagging off. We got Chicago Sports Talk Michael and CP motherfucking G ready to stretch your ass wide. So, co-hosts of Awkward Silence, acknowledge me!
My tribal chief.
My tribal chief.
Yeah, Nick's not here to do that. Yeah, so we're not. So yeah, the best part of the show is not happening. Nick won't be here. We're not getting a mock draft. So we'll have to stretch our other talk wide into an hour here. But what the hell? So franchise tags. When is the deadline for that? Does anybody know?
I can check real quick.
Yeah, do that real quick because I know a few people got tagged, and I'm not sure what the deadline is on who's gonna get used, who's gonna use it or whatnot.
That player has a player that's going to get franchise tag has until July 15th to work out a long-term extension with the team, or they can sign and tag. They can sign the tag and play the 2023 season under. Well, if you know how the salary cap works.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying what I'm asking is when is the deadline for them to tag the players?
July 15th.
No, you just said that's when they opened up a deal because they have to do it before the free agency starts. I think.
This is what CBS Sports says for the 2023 tag. That player has until July 15th to work out a long-term extension, or they can sign the tag. They can wait out the tag if the team wants to tag them. They don't have to sign the franchise tag until.
What I'm asking is, what is the deadline for when teams have to put it on the player?
March 7th.
Huh?
The 7th of this month. 2 days from now. Tuesday.
How about that?
Tuesday.
My birthday.
Yeah, Tuesday is the deadline to tag players. But yeah, my bad. I don't know why I misunderstood what you were saying, but yeah. The 7th is the deadline.
Yes, because you did very badly.
Yeah. The 7th is the deadline to tag the player, and then tag players have until July 15th to sign the tag.
Did the Panthers use it on anybody?
We have not.
Do you think there's anybody there worth the franchise tag?
Neither of mine.
Brian Burns would be about the only person I'd franchise tag.
But ain't he on your 5th-year option?
They actually want to work out a deal with Burns, keep him. They said that is exactly why that they turned down the Rams, giving us all that shit because they really like Brian Burns.
Well, yeah, I know, but what the fuck? Well, what the fuck? Isn't he playing on his 5th-year option this year? Because he got drafted the same year Josh Allen did, didn't he?
What, 18?
Yeah.
Was it 18? I think
because Josh. Yeah, because Josh Allen's on his 5th-year option. I think they went the same year.
We drafted McCaffrey in 18, I think.
No, you drafted him in 17.
Hold on. See,
you drafted him in 17 because that's the same year we drafted Leonard Fournette.
Now you got me fucked up.
No, I don't. This is what happened.
He was the Brian Burns was the 2019 draft. Yeah, McCaffrey was 2018, I believe.
McCaffrey was 2017, bro.
Yeah, DJ Moore was 2018. So you got my years all.
There you go. That sounds about right. Because I think you got I know you got McCaffrey the same year we drafted Leonard Fournette, and
Right.
I believe Burns and Josh Allen went the same year.
Yeah, we got it right now.
2018 or 2019, I think. Yeah,
Burns
all
was
right. Well, yeah, so he's on a 5th-year option.
Yeah, Burns was 2019. Moore was 18. McCaffrey before that, obviously.
Yeah, so we used our franchise tag on Evan Ingram, which I thought was definitely the right decision. He'll at least be back for this year.
The fact that DJ Moore fell that far to us in that draft makes me question how a lot of the rest of y'all's teams didn't look at him and think that y'all wanted a receiver like that. Because I think if we redid that draft, DJ would go a lot higher than he did.
Well, we picked after you. So it wasn't my fucking
fault. I'm saying we picked DJ in like the 20s that year, I believe.
We had the 29th pick that year.
The 2018 draft, we had a later pick in the 2018 draft because 2017 was the last time we made the playoff. So we had
it wasn't later than ours.
Yeah, I know, because you guys went to the conference title game that year.
Yeah, we picked 29th. And it was fucking Taven Bryan's sorry ass. Which might have been one of the worst first round picks in franchise history. No, I can't even say that because we drafted some shitty people in the first round. Where the hell did he go?
I don't know.
Is there nobody worth the Bears franchise tagging? Oh shit, he left. Well, CPG's having technical difficulties. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, I'm not on my computer like usual. Somebody just tried to call me, and I was somebody was trying to call me, and I was trying to send them a message like, "Yo, hold on, I'm busy right now. I'll call you back."
Oh, you're doing this on your phone?
Yeah, I really don't feel like fucking with my computer right now.
So you don't have that voice, that text to speech, whatever you have it.
I'm on my phone, so I can't play it. I mean, I can play it, but you won't hear it. I will.
We don't need it that bad. But speaking of things, go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say.
No. Since you want to interrupt my segues, go ahead.
Damn, baby. What I was gonna say was not important at all. I'm just fucking exhausted.
Well, that works out even better. Speaking of things that aren't that important at all, so we need to talk about these contract demands from one certain quarterback in New York. I'm talking about Mr. Daniel Jones. This son of a bitch apparently wants more than $45 million per year. Like it's actually
48.
Yeah, 48. Like now, is it just me, or do you guys think that maybe that even Tyrod Taylor could throw 15 touchdowns?
Honestly, if I'm the Giants, if you don't honestly just if nothing's gonna get done, just franchise tag Daniel Jones at this point.
I wouldn't even do that. I'd tag him and trade him.
Sam Darnold can throw 15 touchdowns. Do the Giants want him to?
Facts. Like, it's like okay, right? His rookie season, he did great, but didn't win games. Like he threw 24 touchdowns and I think 12 picks. The next 2 years after that, he was pure and utter dog shit. And then this year, the Giants got to the playoffs, but they also had a healthy Saquon Barkley finally, and that defense is legit. And Brian Daboll's a good coach. And one of my biggest I called out Trashville being frauds towards the beginning of the season, and it stuck with me because I always talked about their quality opponents. While the Giants isn't that bad, look at some of their victories of who they beat. And by the way, those teams are about to name that they beat. They're the only teams they beat with winning records. They beat the Ravens, and they beat the Jaguars. That's it. There's no other team they beat with a winning record. They were a single score away from. Huh?
Yes.
Lamar played in that game.
Yes,
Yeah,
Lamar played.
When they beat the Jaguars, they beat them by a yard, and this was when we were on our fucking weird ass losing streak before we started winning again. But it's and then the Vikings in the playoffs, they somehow got by them. But that's it. They got beat by the Eagles 3 fucking times. They tied once with the Commanders and got swept by Dallas, who had Cooper Rush playing in one of the games. You look at the whole list, including the postseason, there's 3 quality opponents he beat. I don't know about you, but I think you could find a guy for less than $45 million to do that. Wouldn't everybody agree?
Honestly, Jagganoff, do you want to know what my biggest issue is? People say that Daniel Jones has no weapons. No, it's gonna be.
You know what? Here's what I've said the whole time with that. It's funny every time they talk about this fucker not having any weapons. Every weapon that they've gotten has left and gone on to be successful. Evan Ingram, Kadarius Toney, they're both flourishing with their new teams. And honestly, Kenny Golladay is someone who I'd make a run at because you could probably get him for cheap, and he's going to do a hell of a lot better.
Yeah, but I'm saying you
really think about it. When he was playing with Matthew Stafford, how good was Kenny Golladay when he was healthy?
He was good, but the problem with Golladay is injuries.
Okay, I get that, but when he did play, it's not his fault Daniel Jones never threw him the fucking ball.
Man, I just don't buy into the Daniel Jones hype. Giants fans defend him with their life, and I'm like, bro.
They really do, and I don't understand it.
I'm like bro.
These idiots, these fucking idiots are almost Trashville levels of stupid. They think this motherfucker is better than Trevor Lawrence. They really, in their heart of hearts, think that he is better than Trevor Lawrence.
It's not hard to look like a decent quarterback when your division is full of quarterbacks who fucking are inconsistent as fuck. Dak Prescott, 1 minute he looks like he's a good quarterback. The next minute he looks like fucking Tony Romo 2.0.
Can I say something?
What is Jalen Hurts? He
doesn't have a quarterback. Washington doesn't have a quarterback. Won't even give Sam Howell a chance. The only quarterback that's worth a fuck in that division is Jalen Hurts.
Well, I'd say Dak is too, but he's just not elite. This isn't even this is
well, at least you know that Jalen Hurts can.
I don't even hate him. I hate Giants. Go ahead.
At least you know that Jalen Hurts can get you to a Super Bowl. Dak has never proved he can get past the divisional round.
Yeah, next. Yeah, And it's like, you know,
That's what I'm just saying. Hurts is
they talk about,
one.
oh, as soon as they trade for and then they talk about, oh, as soon as they trade for DeAndre Hopkins, he's gonna go off. And what if he doesn't? Like, and what if he doesn't? You're gonna fucking, it's gonna be goddamn, it's gonna be his fault too. It's like it's always everybody's.
I mean, my whole thing is,
I'm sorry. Like, I'm not. It's like I'm sorry. If I'm the Giants, I'm not paying someone the same price as Patrick Mahomes to throw 15 fucking touchdowns. I'm just not.
I wouldn't either. But the point is, you're not going to get the best weapons when you pay this dude $48 million. You're not going to get the best weapons out there.
I don't buy
That
into
too.
it.
And honestly, it's not. And honestly, it's not even going to matter if you give him that. And Saquon's contract's up. You mean to tell me Daniel Jones is more important than Saquon?
I mean, the argument is running backs don't really matter anymore.
Okay, but Saquon's one of the best running backs in the league. Daniel Jones is, at best, a middle of the pack quarterback. It's like this. It's like, honestly, this feels like Blake Bortles all over again. But at least Blake Bortles threw over 20 touchdowns a couple times in one playoff games. This motherfucker's got one playoff game to his name, and when he got to the division title, he got blown the fuck out by the Eagles. It's like, how are you going to beat the Eagles with him as your quarterback? You're just not. It's like, Giants fans really got to look at the big picture here. Like, this is like, yeah, I get it. Like, you've had ass quarterback play from like the dead last few years of Eli, but come the fuck on, bro. Like, surely y'all can trade up and do better. I mean, I don't know. Am I alone here?
No, you're not alone. I'm definitely agreeing with you that I think Daniel Jones is doing too much because
Daniel Jones is probably the most overrated quarterback in the league.
nah. I know. I
No,
know.
you're gonna say a quarterback who has actually done some shit and has some legitimacy to his name. Like, I'm talking like Daniel Jones is a fucking embarrassment to the league.
Exactly.
Daniel Jones is putting up XFL quarterback numbers, $45 million. You want $45 million to play?
He'd be the shit in the XFL.
That bro's playing like Ben DiNucci in the XFL.
And that's the thing.
He said Ben DiNucci.
That's the thing. It's like, this would honestly be acceptable if it was like his first or second year, but it's like, here we've waited 3 years for this motherfucker to do something, and he threw 15 fucking touchdowns. 15. Like, I'm sorry. I got Tyrod Taylor throwing 15 touchdowns in that offense. And I would love to hear anybody's argument that why he wouldn't.
I mean, even you're not the only. What, CPG?
My daughter. Michael can never touch my daughter. Anyways. Daniel Jones, you don't deserve that much money. Now shut the fuck up. Talking to Daniel Jones, shut the fuck up.
Facts.
And subscribe to
put up franchise quarterback numbers before you ask for that much money.
I was gonna say that. I mean, if you're talking to Daniel Jones, at least tell him to subscribe.
If they can get that's the thing. If they can get it down with Saquon, I'd give him the franchise tag and be like, okay, you want $45 million? Go throw 30 fucking touchdowns this year. Do that or shut the fuck up.
Back when we had Cam, that's why I wasn't mad when we gave him the money we gave him. I was like, I feel like you fucking earned it. The dude used to fucking
Yeah.
run whatever he could to win the fucking game.
Right. And if Trevor Lawrence has years like he had this year, then I'm all for giving him $45 million. But if he comes out and throws just 15 fucking touchdowns, and plays every single game,
We
I'm
should
not
have
giving him that
invited
shit.
we should have invited a Giants fan for this because I would love to hear a Giants fan.
Way.
I'd love to hear a Giants fan try to defend giving Daniel Jones that much money. I mean, right?
Are we good?
What the fuck happened?
I don't know. I think we're all having technical difficulties tonight.
I don't know. I literally was speaking and then it was dead silent. I was like, yeah, I'm guessing nobody heard me.
I didn't hear you.
I don't even know what the fuck we were talking about now. What?
You were going on with something about Daniel Jones.
I don't fucking know. Fuck Daniel Jones.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, to close out that thought, to close out that thought, Giants really should think about that shit before they give him that kind of money because ain't nobody giving Daniel Jones $45 million. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
that's what I said.
nobody.
I said I would love to hear a Giants defend giving Daniel Jones $45 million.
Oh, they'll find a way, and then come up with a bunch of excuses why he didn't throw more touchdowns or more yards. They'll find a way, but
that much money. I just can't do it.
Not with those numbers.
No, I can't justify it, man.
You cannot justify giving someone the same pay rate as Patrick Mahomes that throws 15 touchdowns. Whether it's Daniel Jones, whether it's fucking Josh Allen, whether it's Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence, whoever the fuck, you cannot justify that being his best year and giving him that kind of money. You can't. There's no way you can justify that to
me. If the Giants pull the trigger on that, their GM has got to be the most financially fucking irresponsible GM in the league.
He does. I'll tell you this too. He does it. He gives him like a big extension with that kind of pay rate. He'll be fired within 3 years. I guarantee fucking to you.
Yeah, when Daniel Jones doesn't work out, bye. You're getting fired too, buddy.
Exactly. He'll go with him.
Hey, this is one of those moments where we can be like, at least we're not Giants fans.
Facts.
Yeah.
I mean, my team has an opportunity at getting a quarterback finally.
Yeah, we gotta definitely talk.
Let's talk about that quarterback you're allegedly getting. So, has your perception of who you want changed after the combine, CPG?
I still feel the same way. I'd say I don't imagine Bryce Young will be there unless people are just that terrified of how small he is. But
you're gonna have an opportunity. If you pull this number one pick shit off, you're gonna have your pick of who you want.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I would still take Stroud or Richardson, even though I feel like Richardson probably needs to sit at you.
I'd take Stroud. If I'm picking first overall and need a quarterback, I'm taking Stroud.
I mean, if we have our pick,
and also that thing I proposed to you where Derek Brown going to the trade, that actually might have more value than ever because if the Bears want goddamn what the hell's his name? The motherfucker that just fucked up in that accident.
Jalen
Carter. Yeah. that actually has more value now because then the Browns they got to work. Or the Bears ain't got to worry about goddamn Jalen Carter. They'll because like you do that, it's like then they got a chance at one of the top wideouts or tackles or whatever the fuck they need if you put him in that trade, which could have more value than even in the Aspelis coming up from 4 to do that.
Well, I still don't know how valid that fucking screenshot Michael shared was, but according to his Bears sources, we are apparently really interested in getting that pick from them.
Well, I don't see why. Well, we've heard reports before from like major people that y'all are.
I will say that's been pretty consistent. You've heard like some of these teams, you hear like maybe they're interested, and then it kind of dies down. I feel like the Panthers keep popping back up in this shit.
Actually,
Well,
you're being more.
You're at the point.
You're being more aggressive than the Colts. I'll say that much.
Well, that's because, like Frank Reich said himself, he said he didn't want to have the same bullshit happen to him in Carolina that happened to him with the Colts, where they just keep looking for quarterback after quarterback.
Exactly. Yeah, because why the fuck would you want to do that? Looking at you in the Aspelis.
And our GM finally is getting to do what his job. And because Matt Rule did have fucking say over that shit before, and now our GM's free of Matt Rule and can actually do his goddamn job.
Yeah, exactly. It's just you're at the point. It's just you're at the point where you can't, where like you don't need where you don't need a goddamn somebody else's damaged goods. You should be at the point now where to start from your own guy. So I would. On the Panthers, I'm going absolutely all in for that pick.
Jacking off, I guarantee you, when we play is going to depend on who we pick in this draft. Because I guarantee you, if we pick a young quarterback, they're going to want to be like Trevor Lawrence versus this star rookie. They're going to hype that shit up. That shit might even be like a 4:00 game.
Hey, I hope so, man. Like that's like I would love
down
to
for like a midday game in Jacksonville.
Yeah, like I would love to see goddamn Stroud and Lawrence.
I hope it's not early in the season because it's hot up here, and I know it's going to be hot down there.
Yeah, that's true too.
Like October.
I mean, October, November is not too bad, but yeah, I went to opening day one. I went to opening day one year, and God, that shit was fucking brutal.
I believe it, dude. When the 2021 season, when all the fans were finally allowed to go back to games, I got it was so hot. I got so sunburnt by the time I left the game that day, dude. Oh my God.
That is one downside to having a team that plays in Florida or the Carolinas or somewhere where it's fucking hot because, like, you
could have just
living in Baltimore, you're used to it being cold by October, but then when you go down there, it's fucking hot as shit in like September and like the beginning of October.
Yeah, it was like 60 or 70 degrees last October when we played the Cardinals and I was at the game.
Yeah.
Like I still had a hood on, but it was because it was like a 4:00 game. So by the time the game was over, it was going to be like kind of cool outside.
Yeah. On this subject, actually, I am trying to make Pittsburgh. It all depends when the games get played in the season because like there are a couple that are priority. So like,
yeah, we're all
your game is the top priority because we're going to that. I don't give a fuck what you say. We're going. Like I will drag your ass from Charlotte to Jacksonville. What?
I also want to go to the Panthers and Cowboys game in Charlotte this year.
Yeah, like I'm trying to make that. I'm trying to make the Pittsburgh game. I'm trying to make the game in New Orleans, and then I might go to the Baltimore game again.
I love going
because I have.
What's slept on for like all of us fans who go to games is going to division rival games. They're not always the most exciting, but I fuck with being at a division rival game in person because you get to talk shit and like this is
See,
one of the teams you hate the most. Fuck them. You know what I
but
mean?
see, like I've seen us play every team in our division, unless I go to like a road game where I'm the heel. Like it's not like I have it hasn't everything done different. Like my very first Jags game that I went to in Jacksonville in 2009, we played the Texans. And then I've seen us play in the Aspless. I've seen us play Trashville. Like I try to go to certain games where it's different teams. Obviously, like when we play the Ravens, that holds near and dear because like I live in Baltimore, and of course all I know a bunch of Ravens fans that talk a bunch of shit and then have every excuse in the book when we win.
Well, you got to be the hill at my stadium, and I guess it's my turn to be the hill at yours.
Exact, dude. It's fun being the heel when you go to games. Like I love going to road games, and like especially when you win and you're like one of the most hated people in the fucking stadium. Like it's a different way. It's a different
I
feeling.
mean, it won't be like crazy because Jaguars fans and Panthers fans don't really hate each other.
No, they don't. But like that day, it's different.
We're
We all
like
gonna be talking shit.
we're one of the few like two fan bases that like we just get along with each other. We don't barely ever play each other, so it's like we're cool with each other.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like and also the fan base too. Like Panthers fans ain't really obnoxious or retarded. Like
Oh, the one,
because there's fans in certain fan bases that like are just fucking
uh,
over the hill stupid even when you don't play them. Like
well
Giants fans with this Daniel Jones shit.
every fan base has got stupid shit, but some fan bases, I'm convinced their entire
It's
fan
wait,
is stupid.
dude, it's no worse than Trashville.
Like almost, I kid you not, and YouTube's a great example. Almost every Saints fan I've ever met, minus maybe three, have had something wrong with them, literally, like mentally.
Well,
Fit,
I would guess Saints Uptown and 44th the Legendary. Who's the third one?
probably just those two.
Yeah, because I was thinking of Saints fans that aren't retarded, and
Uptown and 44
there's
legendary.
only three Saints fans I really know on YouTube, and that's Uptown, goddamn 44th the Legendary, and then we all know the biggest retard of the retards,
The two-letter man.
who
We don't
streams
got
for 12 hours a day.
a name. People know who you're talking about without even saying it. But
Exactly. I don't even
but
got to say the motherfucker's name.
yeah, Uptown and 44 are like the only people who I think like are regular people who just happen to like the Saints.
Yeah. Like with your fan base, you and J Dub are both intelligent fans. Camel Toes, I mean, when he wanted to talk football, he was alright and he was out there. And then, T Money's a fucking abortion. But other than that, y'all really don't have bad fans.
I'm still wondering all these years later why Cali Blue fucking went off on me that one time.
Yeah, I didn't really. I saw bits and pieces of his content, and I didn't really know him.
Before me and T Money ever had like an issue or ate camel toes, Cali Blue was the first in my fan base I ever had a problem with, and he came at me out of nowhere.
Well, we really only have one that's like that in our fan base, and that would be Mr. T. Kirk. That sack of shit.
Yeah, man.
Who was a Jags fan and now is a Tom Brady dick rider. So yeah, fuck him. But
I have a hard time taking him serious as a fan, though.
dude, no one take him serious. I don't even think he does videos anymore, which is a good thing because he's a fucking embarrassment.
There were a lot of Panthers
And I don't mind if somebody tells him that either.
I don't know what happened to most of the people that in my fan base that made videos. I mean, there's different people that do it now, but like
Yeah.
all the people I like started making videos with are gone, except T Money and Camel Toes.
Yeah. And they barely do Panthers videos.
I'm like still the main person who does Panthers content out of like the old trash talking Panthers people.
Well, yeah, you the go to your fan base, like I'm the go to my fan base.
Well, I actually started my channel to talk football. That's why I'm like on this podcast and everything. I like talking football. The acronym we used to associate with, they don't like that anymore.
Facts. That's what we here for. The good old fashioned foosball.
When you have a football fan
Right.
claiming they don't want to talk football because it's boring, I can't take you serious as a fan no more, bro.
Nah.
You ain't a diehard if you think talking football.
Especially when you got into this business to do that to begin with.
Yeah, and what?
I know. You know, I do the cooking with Jag and all, food reviews and do playthroughs and all that shit. But like, my whole goddamn perception of what I'm renowned for on this channel is Jaguars football.
Exactly.
That's the way it's always been. That's always been the mothership of what I'm all about.
And my channel's always been grounded in Panthers content.
And Michael's has been about Julio and holding in mean farts.
One of my biggest videos that blew up on my channel was me making fun of the Falcons when they choked to the Patriots.
How many views you get on that?
Seeing people don't want to talk football. Like, some of my biggest videos were from me mocking other teams.
Yeah. I mean, mine was a rant after we lost.
And then when you come back and you eat your words if you lose or something, you'll have people who just watched your video for the first time.
Same difference.
You'll have people who just watched your video for the first time come back and be like, hey, you know what? A lot of people wouldn't come back and admit they're wrong. I respect that. And then you got like a new follower right there.
Yeah,
because a lot of people.
Even still, like, not that I really give a fuck so much about subs, but like, you know, my sub count will like steadily go up throughout the year during football season. But like, I mean, it's nothing really major now. Like, my growth's kind of plateaued, so to speak. But you know, that's whatever.
Hey, mine's been like that for years.
Yeah. It's what it is. It is what it is. Y'all already know I'm not in this shit for subs or money or any of that dumb shit. Like, I make my own money.
Yeah, I originally even started doing videos to talk football with other diehard fans because it was like, who the fuck am I gonna talk to around here? Because like people ain't as passionate about it as me.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel, and you know, my team doesn't play in the city I live in, so.
Well, mine does, but there's a lot of people in fucking North Carolina that don't like the Panthers, and the shit makes me mad because it's like I feel like they just like the other teams because they've won championships. It just makes me feel like you're a pussy on the inside because you can't root for a team that have
bandwagon and little fucking pussy.
Like, see, Jagganoff, you and I will get the joy one day of watching our team lift their first Lombardi while those people pretend that they were fans for all the other Lombardis that team has.
Exactly. I can't fucking wait because we gonna get one with Trevor Lawrence.
I'm gonna be honest with
you. I'm fully convinced we will get it. He is gonna win at least one Super Bowl.
I think you guys will finally make your first Super Bowl appearance with Trevor Lawrence at some point for sure. I really believe that.
Yeah.
Y'all are definitely going to your first Super Bowl some period during Trevor Lawrence's Jaguar run.
Yeah. You gotta keep it going. And,
you just gotta hope you win it. Getting to the Super Bowl is one thing. Winning it, oh my fucking god, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You can roll all year like we did in 2015, get to the Super Bowl and just look like shit.
Exactly, because I don't give a fuck about getting there. I want to hold the Lombardi because, like, you know, getting there, like, nobody really gives a fuck about you getting there. They care about you winning it.
Yeah, people don't remember the second place team.
Yeah, conference championships, you know, mean about as much as a division title.
I mean, that's good for bragging.
My honest opinion.
it's good for bragging rights within your conference. Like I talk shit to other NFC teams.
Oh, I
about
know. Oh, I know. Trashville fans have been talking about they made a Super Bowl since 1999.
Well, I use it against Cowboys fans because they ain't been to the conference title since what 95, 96.
You do have a unsettling beef with Cowboys fans for some reason.
What's
Judging
crazy is,
by your back and forth Twitter exchanges with certain Cowboys
hey,
fans.
what's crazy is one of my best friends is a Cowboys fan, but like I don't know what it is because it's crazy. He can't stand Panthers fans, and I feel like the older I get, I can't. I'm starting to get to where I can't stand Cowboys fans because they want to talk about the past all the time, and they use the past to make them feel better about why they suck now, and they can't handle that.
Yeah, for some reason, my ex-fiance hated fucking Cowboys fans more than just about anybody. It's like, why do you hate them so bad? I don't give a fuck about the Cowboys.
They think they're going to win the Super Bowl every year, and I'm like, so 30 years of being dog shit hasn't convinced you otherwise yet?
I mean, Trashville fans think they're going to win the Super Bowl every fucking year, so it's like kind of the same thing, except at least the Cowboys fans have actually won a few.
Yeah, the Titans have never won any. They had to lose the worst way possible, too. 1 yard short as the clock expired.
That's fucking hilarious.
If
It
I
was
was
a yard
Jack,
short. It was like 5 yards short.
If they were a division rival, I would love how that they lost that way.
Oh, it's
like,
fucking hilarious.
Thought you get it. No.
But they were fucking unbearable that those since like 2017 when they were making the playoffs, like we had to hear they're winning the Super Bowl every fucking year.
Bro,
and how Derrick Henry's the MVP, he's gonna run us to a Super Bowl and all this other shit.
I bet you if you look long and hard enough on YouTube, you will find an old live stream of me telling people back when he was in Miami that Ryan Tannehill sucked.
Dude, we all knew he sucked.
I had arguments with D1 for years about Tannehill being trash, and he would go, well, Tannehill had better stats than Cam Newton. I was like, yeah, but
Bro,
Cam
Tannehill is
with Tannehill.
Tannehill's like a perfect compare to Daniel Jones to.
Tannehill is
middle of the pack
as he has a run game. If he has to pass, if a Ryan Tannehill led team has to pass more than they run, you're going to lose. Ryan Tannehill needs to have a run to be decent.
Exactly. That was the blueprint on him for years. Like how we beat him. Like how we beat him was basically when Tannehill played. Weather the storm of fucking baby Huey. Don't let him do too much damage, but score every fucking time you have the ball, and he won't be able to catch up. That's exactly how we beat him in Trashville.
Exactly.
Yeah,
the only
reason
they had a little.
It's not hard.
The only reason they had that little playoff window was because of solely Derrick Henry.
Yeah, and really, Tannehill looked as good as he did in Trashville mainly because of AJ Brown.
And those motherfuckers
started. And shocking, as soon as AJ Brown gets a real quarterback, he has a career year.
He looked good in the Super Bowl.
He looked good for the Eagles all year. Dude, AJ Brown
I remember
was good with Trashville, but like his stats kind of got held down because of how bad Tannehill was and how their whole offense resolved around Baby Huey.
Yeah. Mike Vrabel, sorry, is not stupid. He knew that Tannehill wasn't that guy, and he knew they were going to have to lean on the run game.
Right. But really, like, they talk about how great of a coach he is, but dude, how hard is your job when here, hand the ball to Derrick Henry?
Didn't he win Coach of the Year 1 year?
I don't fucking know. I know he should have never.
Hey,
yeah, he won. He won Coach of the Year last year, football season.
Award, bro, I've seen a tweet recently on Panthers Twitter And it was something about Ron Rivera not wanting to support Sam Howell, and he's gonna have to fight for it or something bullshit. And somebody quote tweeted it and said, "The fact that Cam Newton and Luke Kuechly carried that man to 2 Coach of the Year awards is crazy." And I was like, "That's facts."
Maybe Ron Rivera is for real like an ass head coach.
Oh, dude, I can tell you from being a fan during the height of all that shit. I can't tell you how many times Cam Newton and Luke Kuechly saved Ron Rivera's ass.
Damn. And that's like your two best players in franchise history.
Steve Smith. I know you don't like him, but he has fucking Hall of Fame.
God.
Speaking of the Giants, Steve Smith had like 200 fucking receiving yards on the Giants in the playoffs in 2005. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, I remember that shit. I remember watching that, laughing my ass off.
I heard Meet the Mets admit on stream that that's why he doesn't like the Panthers. Because we whooped their ass.
I ain't gonna lie. I think that I wouldn't like them too much after that either.
We typically beat NFC East teams in the playoffs. I just don't like playing division rivals in the playoffs because you play them all the time. It's going to be hard to win.
Yeah, we had to go through when we had our playoff run. We had to go through 2 AFC West teams, and like for some reason we most of the time suck on the West Coast. I don't know what the fuck happened this year, but we usually do.
It's like
we
that
ended
with
up
a lot
beating
of
the
it.
Chargers. Like we ended up beating the dog shit out of the Chargers in LA. And then the only other road, and then we only lost by 10 to Kansas City. How we lost to the fucking Legion of Broncos in London, I'll never figure
the
out.
record for all the teams' home game records this year. The Jags were 5-3 at home, I believe.
Yeah,
we were 5-4.
We lost to Giants, the Broncos. Even though I don't count that as a home.
The
game.
Texans, I think, were the only team in the league that didn't win a game at home.
They won all their games on the road?
Yes. They did not win a single game in Houston this year.
Wow.
Yeah, that's depressing.
That's got to make Texans fans sick to not even win a game at home.
And their tie was at home.
Oh my god.
See, the only time we ever tied was on the road in Cincinnati.
Yeah, that's how fucking trash in the ass this is. They tied with the Texans and then lost to the Texans.
That's what they get for getting Matt Ryan.
Meanwhile, in other news, Matt Ryan continues.
I'm happy because all those years I used to tell my division rivals, wait till Matt Ryan and Breeze and Brady are gone. You bitches are going to be ass, and they're all fucking dog shit, bro.
You're ass.
People be like, I think the Saints or the Bucks are still going to win that division, or the Falcons. I'm like, y'all, all we need is a quarterback, and division is ours. What the fuck are y'all talking about?
I'd say so.
We have the youngest. Like, we don't need to rebuild. They need to rebuild. We just need a. We have one of the youngest rosters in the league.
Yeah, I'd say y'all have done most of your rebuilding shit.
Yeah, most of the players we have, we either drafted or traded for, too.
Yeah. Your ass.
Me watching C.J. Henderson try to cover Mike Evans the last week of the regular season. God. Your ass. He gave up 3 fucking, like, Hail Mary touchdown passes. Fucking Brady just sent fucking Evans on a streak, and fucking CJ fucking lost to it every time.
I don't know what the fuck wrong with him, bro. Like dead ass. I really do not know what the fuck was wrong.
We were wiped out at cornerback at that point in the season, bro. All of our best corners were hurt.
Who'd you have? what was
That
it?
last game of the season,
Dante Jackson and J.C. Horn.
yeah, they were both hurt. Dante tore his Achilles, ruptured his Achilles.
Where were they putting CJ sorry ass?
CJ and Keith Taylor
When y'all had J.C. Horn and Jackson healthy.
When we had what? When we had J.C. Horn healthy?
Yeah, when y'all had J.C. Horn and Dante Jackson healthy.
I think they just rotated CJ more, like, because Dante,
Did they put him in slot?
I think they have.
Because I couldn't tell you if he could play slot or not.
And Dante got hurt.
By the way, Evan A, you missed that already, bro.
What was I saying?
And really, we didn't even trash him. We just thought you just said where CJ was playing. But anyway, and really, Evan, we didn't even really trash him. Like, we just saying he don't deserve no damn $45 million. And them's just facts.
Oh, Dante got hurt so early that it was mostly CJ and JC all year.
Okay.
But that last game of the regular season, our starting corners were CJ Henderson and Keith Taylor.
Who the fuck is Keith Taylor? You might as well have put Keith Lee out there.
He would have tackled the fuck out of some receiver at least. Dude's built like fucking TikTok chest hole.
Nah, he ain't built that bad.
He's built like a healthy version.
I don't think there can't be a healthy version of TikTok chest hole. He's just fat, yo. The antithesis of him would just be some skinny guy.
Hey, don't talk about Jaganov. Don't talk about TikTok chest off because he's got a gun. He's got a gun.
Man, fuck that fat piece of shit. I wish he would bring that shit here. Fucking disgrace he is.
Man, fuck that motherfucker, man. What the fuck you talking about, boy?
I remember one girl.
Trying to fuck?
What the fuck?
The fact that TikTok used to brag about 800 subscribers, like, that should not take you seriously anymore. Like, he's bragging about 800. He bragged about 800 subscribers.
Yeah, like when he was trying to big time you, like, I got 800 subs. Like, really, motherfucker? That still ain't shit. I got almost 2,500, and that really ain't shit.
I would like to say that I do like Anthony Richardson, but I'm going to say that like a good 40 time is not by itself a good reason to draft somebody. For all the people out there losing their shit right now.
Dude, I'll keep it 100 about the combine. Like, it's fun to watch. And like some of the numbers that these people put up are impressive. But I'm sorry, if I'm a scout, I'm paying about maybe 5% of my attention to what a motherfucker does in the combine. Like, I'm looking at goddamn tape to see what this tape against top level competition to see what these motherfuckers can do.
You gotta look at that game tape.
Y'all might feel different, but that's just me.
I think they do watch the game tape all throughout the college season, and then they just kind of want to see what kind of measurements and shit they put up at the combine.
I understand that, but for people's like draft stock to skyrocket just because of a fucking combine, like, I'm sorry, no. Like, perfect example. Y'all remember Vernon Golston?
Yep.
Dude from Ohio State got picked by the Jets. Dude had like a ridiculous combine, but his game film was meh, and shocker, he sucked in the NFL.
We remember.
Yeah, like, it's like, that should tell you, that right there should teach you the lesson, all you need to know right there about how much stock to put in these fucking combines. Because at the end of the day, they just workouts. Like they're not football. Anthony Richardson had all this great, and I figured he would test great in a combine. But the fact of the matter is, and this is why I said he should have came back to Florida one more year. But the fact is, yes, he's an athletic freak, but the motherfucker needs to also learn.
He needs
how to
experience.
play quarter. Yeah, he needs experience. He needs to learn how to play quarterback and not make as many stupid decisions as he makes. Because that is his biggest thing is his football IQ and fucking his decision making. But with experience and a right coach, he could pick that up.
He's
But
got all the talent in the world. I think he just lacks experience.
exactly. Because he only started one full year.
Whereas, like Bryce Young, I think like what he's got between his ears, mental process, that's fucking NFL level.
Same thing with Stroud.
Yeah, and the size with Young is the only knock on the dude. The dude's got everything. I think if he make it at that size, he'll be a great quarterback.
100%. And even Will Levis, even though I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he's got the experience and kind of knows what he's doing with quarterback. But it's just I don't think his raw natural talent is there.
I think I've heard some scouts say that they think Levis is still raw.
Honestly,
yeah, but not like Richardson. I don't think.
There's a chance the Colts are going to get him if they fail to trade with those Chicago Bears.
I would like to get Stroud because I think Stroud and Reich would be. I mean, if he can make Wheelchair Wentz look like that, imagine what he could do with C.J. Stroud.
Exactly. That and even Richardson. I think if you guys got a bridge quarterback, and if you did take Anthony Richardson, I think within a year or two under Frank Wright, and if you do it right with him, Richardson could be a fucking superstar.
Yeah, I think Wright. Well, not just me thinking it. I've seen NFL executives, anonymous NFL executives, say they think Reich is the best situation for Richardson. Because a lot of the
I wouldn't disagree with that.
A lot of the executives around the league say that Frank Reich is a quarterback whisperer. So everybody around the league thinks Richardson would benefit the most from being with Frank Reich.
I'd agree with that, but I think you need a bridge quarterback. I think you get somebody like Gardner Minshew or fucking. Well,
you saw that they're already talking to Sam. They're already talking to Sam about potentially coming back.
Not him. God damn it, not him.
At least Frank Reich will be the first legit coach Darnold's ever had in his fucking career, though, if he came back. Because, I mean, Adam Gase and Matt Rule, dude.
I mean, I get it, bro, but
I'm not really defending Darnold like that no more. I'm just saying, I feel bad for the dude.
I just think with the Bakers and the Darnolds, maybe even the
Baker
BJs,
can go eat a dick.
I think out of those three, they've all been there forever, and y'all just might need to wash your hands clean of everybody and get a fresh body in there.
Let me give you a Jim Cornette moment, because I would like to say, Baker Mayfield, does he not just radiate fucking feminine energy to you? I used to watch those fucking.
Oh, speaking of Baker Mayfield, I got some great news for CPG. I got some great news.
Wait a second.
Jesus Christ.
Wait a second. I used to watch those fucking Progressive commercials he was in, right? And the one where he's outside. The one where he's outside the fucking Browns stadium with those.
How could you not watch them? They're during every fucking game at least a few times.
The one where he's outside the stadium with them old ladies, bro. He acts just like a bitch in that goddamn commercial, and I wanted to punch him.
Yeah, why we ain't
Yo,
getting no? Why we ain't getting no progressive? Why we ain't getting no progressive commercials? At the Panthers Stadium.
Because even Progressive knew he was trash.
No
but
progressive ads. You can't do them anymore. Your ass.
I seen so many of his passes get batted down at that game I went to this year, dude. Baker Mayfield can eat a dick.
Baker Mayfield might be coming to your division, CPG. I'm hearing him or Drew Lock is going to be signed by the Bucks.
They won't start over Kyle
I
Trask.
hope the Bucks sign him because that would be the most Buccaneers thing that they could do. That would mean they're literally lost all their intelligence once again because Brady left.
Nah, man, they gonna finally do the right thing and play Kyle Trask.
They don't even want to give dude a chance. They gave up on him as soon as they drafted him. They were like, Blaine Gabbert.
Now they're. Why are you saying with a French accent?
Blaine Gabbert.
Blaine Gabbert. God,
That's the way.
It is amazing he's still in the fucking league.
It really is.
Because my God, I don't think we ever made a worse draft pick than Blaine fucking Gabbert.
I mean, you could have been like the Tennessee dumbasses and drafted Jake Locker.
Yeah, that somehow was worse. That somehow was even worse than Blaine fucking Gabbert.
He retired after like what? I don't even think he played out. He played out his rookie contract and retired.
Yeah, he played out his rookie contract, then retired. He basically pulled an Andrew Luck.
What is
Jake
up with
Lock, fucking Jake Locker was Andrew Luck before Andrew Luck, just with no talent, so no one gave a shit.
What was up with what's up with the your division rivals and quarterbacks quitting on them?
I don't know.
I would use that in all my trash talk. I'd be like, "You bitches are so pitiful. All your quarterbacks quit on you."
Yeah, even Deshaun Watson wanted to get the fuck out of Houston.
Exactly, bro. Trevor Lawrence, meanwhile, over there like the king.
Holy shit! Like we're the only team in the division that ain't had a quarterback want to get the fuck out.
That's because y'all building
granted, we haven't
special.
really
Y'all building something special.
Yes, sir.
Y'all got.
But anyways, we've gone over now. I think we're gonna draw this one to a close. Does anybody have anything else to add before we get that? No?
Nothing really. I mean, this is the first time.
Ew.
All right, well, that's it. Yeah, this is, yes. And thank you for wishing me a happy birthday, even though it's the 7th. Like, this is my last show at the age of 34. I'll see you 35, but until then, thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.